All right. Twitter is super bearish. Your most bullish crypto YouTubers turn bearish. There's many rate hikes still on the horizon. Inflation keeps going higher and higher. And now the cherry on the top, Tesla sold their Bitcoin position. My name is Mike Mads, and welcome to the Bear Market Blues. Enjoy. All right, in this video, I will give you 5 tips how to survive the bear market, and most importantly, how to enjoy the ride. Before we start the video, leave me a like, comment below, and check out my links in the description below. Enjoy. All right, first things first, and one of the most important things, because I keep seeing Twitter and YouTubers trying to play God and try to time the exact markets. I will give you a couple examples here on the screen. Guys, quite frankly, it's almost impossible to time the exact bottom. It's a fantasy many people try to believe in. Real investors or mature investors set up a plan and stick to it, and DCA start buying at levels they think they are attractive in the long term. So in my point of view, stop trying to pinpoint the exact bottom and stay on the sidelines. And there's many people who's going to be sidelined because they think the price is going to drop to 5K, 6K, whatever, and they will not invest at these attractive prices which we had a couple weeks ago. Even now, still in the long term, it's an attractive price. Nobody knows when the bottom will be in. We can look at the past and see a couple things, read a couple things where the history might repeat, and you can guess where the bottom might be, but stop trying to catch the exact bottom to the dot. This is not a video game or any sort of Pokemon you're trying to catch. This is an investment you should look at, have a strategy, and stick to it. DCA slowly in, the lower we go, the higher you buy, the more you buy. All right. Point number 2, have a cash position ready to be deployed. What does it mean? Either you have stable coins, like I prefer USDC instead of Tether because I feel safer, or you just simply have cash in the bank for your investment purposes ready to be deployed into the market. Why is that important? Because if you go all in and DCA at a level you think is the bottom, and then you watch the price go lower and you're out of cash and you have to wait for your next salary, or you're out of cash in total, you will feel bad and you will feel left out and you will miss those nice opportunities which could be generational. So always have a little bit cash left. I recommend somewhere from 15% to 20%, which isn't your emergency fund. What I'm talking about an investment fund. You always keep ready to be deployed for special scenarios, like maybe another pandemic happens and I don't know what happens. Make sure you have cash on hand to buy at attractive prices. Very important point. All right, point number 3. Not very popular point, because most people invest their cash into Bitcoin and expect to be rich in 2 months, but it's a very, very important point. Use this time to either learn or to build in the space. What does that mean? So let's say you're new to the space and you don't even know what Bitcoin is, what a blockchain is, what differs proof of work from proof of stake, etc. Use this time to learn. Why is it a good time to learn? Because the mania is out, the hype is out. You don't see new prices every day. Usually the price is going sideways. So you have time and you have the mental energy to just learn about the project you want to invest in the future. Or number 2, use this time to build, which is very, very, very an awesome time to do that. Why? Because in the bear market, you have enough time again to start your own project, start your YouTube channel, start your crypto related project, start your own token, hopefully with some utility. Why is that good? Because you're using that time where most people are not really interested into cryptocurrencies. And once the hype comes back again, you already have a product ready to launch, reaping those benefits from the hype phase. So very, very important point, learn and build. All right, point number 4, have a strategy and stick to it. What does that mean? It simply means come up with a strategy if you have the knowledge to, and stick to it no matter what you hear on Twitter, YouTube, whatever. This guy says that, this guy says that. Have a strategy which most importantly excludes emotions. Stick to it as long as you can, as long as it doesn't get invalidated completely. Try to stick to it and have a plan, most importantly, a long-term plan and long-term outlook in the market. This can be bad, of course, if you have a failing strategy and you're stubborn and you're not recognizing that. Let's take, for example, Luna. There were clear signs Luna is a Ponzi, sort of. But most people marry their coins and they get emotionally attached to that. Try to exclude emotions. Come up with a strategy as simple as, for example, if we go to my screen, as simple as, for beginners, why not follow the Bitcoin rainbow chart? It's a logarithmic regression. And as you can see here, there's different levels, which so far have been respected actually very nicely in the past and in the present. Right now, we're still at the fire sale, according to that chart. So as long as we are at those levels, it could be a nice price, especially if you look onto the next halving. It could be attractive prices to still DCA in. But you can also see there's sometimes we dip below those levels. So most models break sooner or later. Try to have different models you stick to, and most importantly, try to have a strategy in mind. Whatever that strategy is, whatever theory you believe in, have a plan at least. All right, fifth point, and coming to the end of the video. I think it's very, very important to highlight that you should have a long time horizon when you invest into cryptocurrencies. Usually, I mean, unfortunately, the times where you get 100x or 200x or whatever in a short period of time are over. Diminishing returns are a real thing overall, not just in markets, everywhere in life. You cannot get unlimited amount of gains each cycle. So most importantly, in my opinion, is to have a long-term outlook for the markets, which doesn't mean you need to wait 10 years to be in profit, but at least have a 2-year window. Give yourself a 2-year window to see some real gains for yourself. If you go to the charts, I think the most important chart in the history of Bitcoin is just the monthly chart. If you look at the grand picture, let's say like that. If you look at the big picture, it's the most important thing, or the most important thing you can do. Because one thing is for sure, as of now, Bitcoin tends to go higher with time. You can see that clearly here. If you have a long enough outlook, you will see some benefits according to the history or according to the past. You will see some profits. Bitcoin is here to stay. It's not dead. It's just a bear market like each time we had so far. This time is not different. Yes, macroeconomically it's worse than the past. We have a war, we have inflation, we have the money printer has been turned off for now. But usually with time, Bitcoin trends higher. So have a plan, stick to it, DCA at levels you think are attractive, follow some advice which you think is solid, and enjoy the bear market, because this is usually the time where you shouldn't be afraid, because we're 70-80% of the all-time high. It's actually a good time to buy. You should be more afraid to buy at those high levels because there were many indicators pointing that it is the top. Right now, in my opinion, it's not a time to be afraid. In the opposite, it's time to start to buy Bitcoin, not financial advice. Alright guys, that was the end of the video. It was my first video on YouTube. I hope it was quite okay. What you can expect from this channel is everything crypto related. So hopefully the next video or one of the next videos is going to be an interview with a guy who turned $20,000 to $1.1 million actually with Bitcoin. He started with Bitcoin, started dabbling into some alts and made crazy profits. So I hope you're ready for that. Usually we're gonna mix some charts with some news, how my portfolio is doing, and my personal opinion on the market. So do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe. And most importantly, don't get wrecked in the bear market. Bye bye, take care.